The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Welcome to the David Pakman Show. Today, Lewis, we are giving away the iPad. And you know that this thing has been keeping me company now for several weeks. And I'm not really looking forward to giving it away. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. But the time has come, and we are going to have to do that. And, you know, Lewis, really, I should be able to play stuff off of my computer during the show as a general rule. And I think, I don't know, maybe as a result of Lewis incorrectly setting up my equipment, we'll just hold off on this thing till the end of the show. What do you think, Lewis?
Sure.
I want to give it away, but I think I would like it to spend the next hour with me. Is that fair to say?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we'll wait. We'll wait on that. Also, a little bit later, we'll be talking to Dr. Daryl Ray. He did this incredible study recently about the sex lives of former religious people. In other words, people who left a certain church or type of or certain religion. And he has some incredible hypotheses about the sex lives of former religious individuals. So we'll get to that. Also, I think I'm ready at this point, Lewis. I have enough of a sense to say that the two most incompetent candidates on the Republican side at this point are Michele Bachmann and Herman Cain. Would you disagree or agree with me on that? Is there anyone you can point to that would be in your top two in terms of incompetence?
No, I agree.
You agree that it's the two of them. Here's an interview with Herman Cain being interviewed by Eliot Spitzer, of course, the former New York governor who was involved in a call girl scandal, resigned, started doing a horrible show on CNN with that Kathleen Parker, I think her name was. They got rid of his cohort there, and now his show's really not bad. He actually questions people. And Herman Cain is sticking with this idea that he'll tell us what he's going to do once he's president and not a day before. Just listen, he won't answer a single question of Eliot Spitzer's in this clip. Take a
running
listen.
A campaign that you say is both untraditional and also that it's going to be revolutionary when it comes to what government does and how it does it. So I want to ask some specifics here to see if we can get a better sense of what this is going to be all about.
Right.
You have said that excessive regulation is inhibiting innovation.
Yes.
Which regulations?
Hey, try this one.
Yeah.
Shell Oil did a study off the coast of Alaska.
By the way, they did some study, and then he corrects himself.
Right.
They spent $2 billion.
Right.
They were all ready to go and to do some drilling.
Right.
And then at the last minute, the federal government said, we will not give you a permit when they had an indication earlier that they were going to get a permit. Now, why did the government say that they wouldn't give them the permit after they spent $2 billion? Because they say that a study that they have indicates that it's going to do some harm to a town that's located, 70 miles away as the crow flies.
Okay. Well, look, I don't know those facts. I'll defer to you on those facts. Let me ask you, since we're talking, but let's stick with innovation for a second. Move outside the energy sector, where I think most folks would say environmental regulation, given what happened in the Gulf and with BP, some reasoned environmental regulation is appropriate.
Right.
Give me another area where regulation has stymied innovation. Silicon Valley, or something related to the tech sector, something related to even Wall Street. Give me one example.
Name anything.
Let's take what the National Labor Relations Board did recently to Boeing in South Carolina.
Right.
The National Labor Relations Board is trying to intimidate Boeing.
That's not innovation. That's not innovation.
Job expansion is innovation.
No, but I want to focus on innovation here.
Job expansion is innovation.
No. This was where they were going to put a plant. I want to talk about innovation.
This is where they were going to put a plant. Yes, this is where they were going to put a plant. Okay.
But that's a separate issue. I want to talk about any Wall Street, anything, any one regulation that you think is stifling innovation.
Elliot, I can't give you one innovation. I'm speaking generally, and you're trying to pin me down on one. Now, I'll tell you what.
You're running
It's 8 minutes of this. It's completely unwatchable. He's not going to answer. He's not going to be tricked into answering questions as part of this presidency. Because you know what, Lewis? Having to answer questions and give your platform is the exact type of gotcha journalism that the left is out there to trick Republicans into falling into.
If you ask Herman Cain for one detail, you're pinning him down.
Hey, Herman, what was the first vehicle you drove? Listen, you were trying to get me to be specific about one particular vehicle. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to fall into your little tricks of getting me to commit to one vehicle brand. There are a number of different manufacturers who make vehicles in this country, and we should be aware of all of them. But I'm not going to fall into that trick, Lewis, of naming specifically one.
Crazy.